Brilliance Audio presents How to Raise Kind Kids and Get Respect, Gratitude, and a Happier Family in the Bargain by Thomas Lickona, performed by Mel Foster. This is a book about kindness, how to teach it to your children, foster it at home, and spread it beyond your immediate family. You may have picked it up because you are just starting out as a parent and want to do everything you can from the outset to nurture kindness in your child. Or you may feel you have a child who isn't kind, or isn't so kind as you want them to be, and you'd like to try to change that. You may feel that all too often your family's interactions, between adults, parent to kid, and among the kids themselves, are not so respectful as you'd hope. You'd like to see more cooperation and less complaining. Anyone who offers advice about parenting has to do so with great humility. You may have heard the story about the man who taught a class on child rearing called 10 Commandments for Parents. People came from far and wide to learn how to be better parents. Then he got married, and he and his wife had a child. A couple of years later, he renamed his class 5 Suggestions for Parents. Then they had another child, and not long after, he renamed the class 3 Tentative Hints for Parents. After their third child was born, he stopped teaching the class altogether. A humorous story, but with a valid point. There's no secret formula for raising kids, no 10 easy steps that can guarantee the outcome. Raising human beings isn't like baking a cake or fixing a flat tire. As I watched a conscientious father valiantly trying to keep his cool while dealing with yet another conflict among his children, it seemed to me a more accurate title for the book you're about to read might be something like, How, on Your Good Days, to Try to Get a Little Bit Better at Helping Your Kids Be a Little Bit Kinder. But that was a lot to fit on the cover. That said, I do believe there are important principles and practices, some drawn from the wisdom of the ages, others from contemporary advances in moral development and brain research, that can guide you in helping your child on the road to good character. We know that children thrive on a combination of support, lots of love, and challenge, high expectations and accountability. We know that good character involves knowing what's right, caring about what's right, and doing what's right, and that doing is the hardest part. Modern moral psychology confirms what Aristotle taught centuries ago. We become good by doing good. For that reason, a parent has to be a character coach, teaching character skills like self-control and kindness in very deliberate ways, and then helping kids practice them again and again in everyday situations until such behaviors become easier and more of a habit. Being a character coach means giving your children opportunities for moral action in family life, such as doing chores, playing with, reading to, or caring for a younger brother or sister, helping without being asked, making amends after doing something wrong, and taking part in problem-solving sit-downs where everyone has a voice and responsibility to help to create a happier, more peaceful family. It also means talking to your kids about doing the right thing, even when it's hard. It means helping your children to learn from their mistakes and to recognize the times when they may not have resisted temptation or peer pressure. You want them to know that being a good person and doing what's right often isn't easy, but that there's no other way to have self-respect or be truly happy.